Welcome to the Tyke Spalding Book Talk. Today, we will be going over Why Don't Students Like School by Daniel Willingham. I actually had a very detailed interview with Mr. Willingham, and he said the most important thing is saying the title of the book like a question. So, why don't students like school? Let's get into it. First, some general information. The author is Daniel Willingham. If you look on your screen, you'll see the cover of the book. This is the hard copy version. The publisher is Josie Bass. The publishing date is 2009. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 15 years away from this masterpiece. The number of pages differs on where you get it. By the way, you can get it on Amazon, eBay, and if you're real clever, you can find a free PDF online. The number of pages in the hard copy version is 240. The number of pages in the free PDF version is 190. So let's get a short description of what we're working with here. Willingham crafts a dynamic, engaging, and relevant book with Why Don't Students Like School? The book is structured in a way where a question related to students underperforming in school is presented and discussed each chapter. Then the backing principle of thinking is presented. Then myths or misunderstandings surrounding that topic are shown and dissected before a problem is presented to the reader for them to solve. Afterwards, answers and practical teaching advice is given around the principle being discussed. This formula is dominant throughout the book and allows for a reader to get into the shoes of a teacher and understand each question regarding student involvement, motivation, and mood from every possible angle. This is a super active read, and we'll get into more of why I think it's a great book during the review section. But first, I think to offset this large block of text, we need a picture break. Fade in. Spin. Now, on to why I chose the book. Oh. I chose this book because I am particularly fascinated in the tougher questions around student motivation and drive. I love learning and I love being in school, so I want to get into the shoes of kids who don't feel the way I did and figure out how to connect them to the content I love in the best way possible. I think that many of the questions asked in this book are super relevant, and I think it would behoove me, big word, behoove, as a teacher, as a future educator, to understand the questions. And this book seemed like an amazing way to do that. What's my favorite passage? Well, it's right here. My favorite passage, by far, is chapter 7. This is largely because this is the point in the book where the rubber really hits the proverbial road. We learn ways a teacher can adjust their teaching for different types of students. And this chapter gives tangible advice on what is and isn't adaptable, effective teaching. And that's really what we're looking for, ladies and gentlemen, in a perfect help book that really answers that pressing question, why don't students enjoy school? Now, on to our review. I give this book 5 stars out of 5. I would absolutely recommend this book. It's engaging and super insightful. I also felt like I was getting real and tangible skills that I was going to use in my teaching career. I think the largest strength for this book is its structure, is its matter-of-fact answering of each of the questions presented in each chapter, and it gives you real-world problems to work out and gives you answers to those problems. I think it's one thing for a book to just tell you basic information or give you data, but for it to go through some of the misconceptions, explain why they're misconceptions, and then give you real problems to work on, and then give you the solutions and give you many options, shows that it's a dynamic read, it's super engaging, and it's applicable to other parts of your teaching. That's going to do it for our book talk today. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.